Hey Sean, how's it going? It's Bree here with Northland Marketing. Just wanted to record this video for you quickly to kind of explain what we can help with, kind of how it works, and at least give you some tips. So starting with your site, I can see that you guys kind of have a lot of products. That's essentially all the site is. I would recommend definitely getting some content on here just so there's a little bit more about you guys, maybe why someone should buy from you, if you have any warranties, that kind of stuff. And maybe it's in here somewhere, but I didn't initially see it. So on your home page, you kind of want to have, essentially there isn't really a home page. You want to have a home page with some offers, some things about you, maybe packages, etc. So I would recommend getting that on there. Now, from an SEO point of view, content is king, essentially that's what we say in our industry, content is king. You want to have content because the more content you have, the more Google gets to learn about you and the more they're going to understand what you do and if you're the expert in the field. So in our industry, we try to get about 1,500 words on the homepage. Now, this is a little bit different because you are an e-com site. So oftentimes people will instead do a blog, but I do recommend having at least enough content on here, a little bit about your products and stuff, especially starting out in addition to a blog. Anyway, so having content on here is really important. The next thing that's really important is going to be having keywords within the content. So if someone was Googling for, I don't know, a wiring harness for whatever, for vehicles, for Subarus, for, for something, kind of hard to do for Beamer. You offer it for multiple vehicles, so it's kind of difficult, but trying to go a little bit broad, having something that for drift car or whatever it is that you're offering, field that you're trying to get into, I would recommend trying to get some keywords for that, and I'll kind of explain that a little bit more in a minute. So if we were to actually do a Google search for vehicle wiring harness CT, and I'm doing CT for Connecticut, we can actually see that your competitor that you were talking about shows up first, which is good. That means they're definitely your online competitor. Now, what I will say is we offer SEO for local markets. So like if you're trying to go after people in Connecticut and get people locally, those are generally the type of clients we work with. Your website is kind of starting, and their website is kind of starting to get into a national site because you offer delivery. You can send it to people across the country and they don't necessarily need to be local. Now, SEO for those types of sites is very intense, and a lot more competitive. It's going to be much more expensive. So that's kind of why I was messaging you earlier. I wanted to take a look a little bit more into what you were looking to do. So just to give you a little bit of insight, this is a software that we use to kind of take a look into the back end of websites. I went ahead and put wiring specialties in here, and I want to explain a little bit about what some of these numbers mean. A UR is essentially a trust rating with Google. A DR rating is essentially a power rating with Google. They have relatively higher numbers. These numbers go all the way up to 100, but we never see them up that high. These are relatively high numbers, not crazy, but they have a powerful site. One of the main ways you could raise these numbers is through something called a backlink. Essentially, all a backlink really is a shout out or an endorsement from another website. So if there's another site and they said, hey everyone, wiring specialties is the best ever, go check them out with a link back to their site, that would be a backlink. Now with this program, we're actually able to click on these, go through, see what sites they have endorsements from, and then potentially attain those for your site. And lastly, the keywords. So as I was talking about in the beginning, you want to have keywords on your site so that Google understands that you're relevant for those words. We can take a look into what keywords they're going after. And if I filter and let me explain this a little bit better. So for example, engine harness. There's approximately 1,200 people who Google this per month. So we know that this is a good word. However, it does not have CT or Connecticut or any type of location attached to it. So that means that people could be anywhere searching this. These 1,200 people could be anywhere in the United States, which is why it makes it so much more difficult to show up for that. Especially you're going to, if we didn't have CT in here, we just did this, we're going to be up against all of those types of people that sell these from anywhere in the United States, right? Like you're no longer up against the Connecticut people, you're up against freaking Amazon, you're up against all sorts of people, the eBays, the AutoZones, Summit Racing, right? There's going to be a lot of big websites that are going to be coming up, and it's going to get very intense. So I don't know that we can help you so much with SEO. We could help you with local SEO. We could help you set up a Google business profile, kind of get that showing up. We can certainly build you a new site and help you with that. But the national SEO gets really crazy, and we typically stay out of that field as ecom really isn't our specialty when it comes to SEO. So building an SEO optimized site, absolutely, we can help you with that, no problem. But I will say that when it starts to get a bit crazy for SEO, that's probably not something we're going to help with. And lastly, just so you can see, I put your website here into Ahrefs just so we can get an idea of your numbers. And obviously, if you're not working with a marketing company, these numbers are going to be pretty low, but just so you can see what's going on. So the website power is pretty low. There's very few backlinks, which is very normal. That's completely normal if you're not working with a marketing company. And if we take a look at your keywords, we can see, okay, chassis harness, oh my goodness, I can't even say it. It's saying you're roughly in position, the first position, E36 chassis harness. Oh, okay, says you are showing up for that. So it says there's a couple things that you are showing up for. Again, this is a rough estimate. It's not always perfect, but there are some words that you're being found for and some things you're being found for, which is great. So that's the update there on your site. There definitely are some things you're being found for already, but some of these things can get very competitive very quickly. So I just wanted to record this video for you. Hopefully this is helpful and gives you a little bit of insight as to what we can help you with. And I look forward to speaking with you further. Have a great day.